in John Donne's song Go Catch a Falling Star, the reader is told to try to complete a list of impossible tasks, such as catching a falling star and finding a true woman even after a lifetime of travels. The poet admits that he would like to meet that true woman if she even exists, but is afraid that she would turn false by the time he finally gets to her.
Okay, so overall, Dunn is exhibiting the impossibility versus the possibility of getting a good, fair women with the use of listing, shifts in tone, juxtaposing conceits, and imagery.
All right. The first aspect would be listing, and in the first stanza, he is giving like evidence of his claim that finding a woman is a good woman is impossible, and he's giving what's important about it is that he's giving the harsh reality of life, and that he's trying to be realistic about the situation. And for example, it says, go and catch a falling star. He's comparing a good, trustworthy woman to trying to catch a falling star. And if you like, to catch a falling star is basically like impossible, just like how trying to find a good woman is impossible. And he also says, teach me to hear mermaids singing, and that's more fantasy, so it doesn't exist. So he's saying that finding a good woman, a trustworthy woman, is impossible and it doesn't exist.
Okay, and then the next aspect we're talking about is imagery. So the entire first stanza is dedicated to the imagery of the thesis, which is to exhibit the impossibility of finding an honest woman, and in Go Catch a Falling Star and Child a Mandrake Root, it doesn't exist. So it's using that image of pulling out a mandrake root and having a child on the end of it, be exhibiting that impossibility of it, because you can't pull a child out of the root, that's impossible. And also in the second stanza, when Donne says, write 10,000 days and nights, it's giving that image of like, the process takes a very long time to find an honest woman, and then also he adds the till it aged snow white hairs on thee, so after he's aged quite a significant amount, he'll soon find an honest woman, or he'll hopefully will. And in the last stanza, if that was to find one, so if you find one, let me know. So I guess he gets to experience what an honest woman is like as well. And I guess that one, the imagery of the woman itself is a type of like reality check / motivation for the reader, so he knows that like an honest woman is out there, but it's just really hard to find.
So he also uses shifts and tones, which is seen throughout the whole poem. In the first stanza, he talks about many impossibilities, and we could tell that his tone was quite pessimistic. He was quite negative. And in the second stanza, he was also negative. He said, all strange wonders that befall thee, and swear nowhere lives a woman true and fair. So basically, he's blatantly telling us that it is impossible to find a fair woman. But then, in the third stanza, in the beginning, he was quite optimistic. He said, if thou findest one, let me know. Such a pilgrimage was sweet, yet do not, I will not go. So he mentions the possibility of actually finding a good woman. So he was hopeful. He instills hope in the readers that it is possible to find a good woman. But then afterwards he said, yet do not, I would not go, though next door we might meet. And he said that, yet she will be false, here I come 2 or 3. So he goes back to being pessimistic. So the cycle is pessimistic, optimistic, and pessimistic again. What it does though, it kind of emphasizes the impossibility, what he's trying to tell us, that the negativity of finding a good woman, that it is downright impossible to find a fair woman. And it knocks us back into reality, to face the truth that finding a good woman is actually not possible.
Okay, and then the last and final aspect that we're going to be talking about is the juxtaposing conceits. And he uses juxtaposing metaphysical conceits because he commonly uses it in all of his poems, and these conceits are instantly found at the beginning in the first stanza. And in the very first line, right away, he starts and he says, "Catch a falling star," and then in the second line he says, "A mandrake root," and then he uses another metaphysical conceit, "Cleft the devil's foot," and these are all contrasting each other, and this is basically significant to the poem's claim because it essentially shows the mocking content of the impossibility of finding a good loyal woman, which is what he's trying to claim throughout the whole poem. And that's pretty much it. So, in conclusion, referring back to the thesis, it's impossible. Overall, he's saying that it's impossible to get a good, fair woman, and if you do, she's going to end up being unloyal to you, and then you just, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching us.
Oh my god. Oh dear god.